You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Wish. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Wish is a 2023 musical fantasy from Walt Disney Animation Studios. Young Asha makes a wish so powerful that it's answered by a cosmic force, a bundle of unbridled energy called Star. With Star's help, Asha must save her kingdom from King Magnifico and prove that when the will of one courageous human connects with the power of the stars, wondrous, magical things can happen. The film stars Ariana DeBose and Chris Pine amongst an all-star cast. So Wish is the film that Disney released on their 100-year anniversary. And you can certainly understand why. A film about wishing upon a star, quite literally, would be the thematic premise of the film to release on their 100-year anniversary. And although Asha is not really a princess in the film, Disney once more returns to probably the most famous formula for the brand, the Disney Princess musical with Wish. A beautiful young woman with her long, wonderful hair and her nice dress with her animal sidekick singing songs and a straight up villain. Yeah, this is the Disney princess formula. And again, kind of makes sense that that would be the type of film to release on the 100-year anniversary. So I was excited to see Wish. I thought the trailers looked very charming. I thought the animation style was something cool, and it was kind of nice to see Disney pushing forward into a new style of animation for their main line of films. And sorry to the haters, but I thought this was a lovely little movie. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, let's start with Ariana DeBose as Asha, our lead. I thought her voice work was fantastic. She was very expressive, really animated in her performance. And of course, the vocals were amazing. That's been a little bit of a complaint in recent years for these Disney movies. When you look at something like Encanto, the songs were great, but the vocal talents behind them waned quite a bit. Most of the live action movies, we need actual singers somewhere. And here we have a singer in the leading role, and Ariana DeBose delivers those vocals. Chris Pine also sounds great. Every time he sings, I'm shocked again. I forget that he has this power amongst all the rest of his powers. But I loved his work as King Magnifico. He fully leans into everything this character has to offer. And it makes for a fun and increasingly unhinged character for the film. I also thought the film was quite funny. My theater was laughing pretty much throughout. And I think that mostly comes down to Valentino as well as Star. Plus, a lot of our other side characters have like cute moments. But Valentino is a little bit of the breakout star. I didn't realize he was voiced by Alan Tudyk, which is craziness. But he's adorable and quite funny throughout. And then we have Star, who pretty much steals the whole show. What an adorable premise for a character, and it's executed so well. I loved Star. Was so cute, so expressive, adorable. I loved everything about Star. There's also a ton of Disney Easter eggs here, some that are very in your face, others are worked a little bit more seamlessly into the plot, and then some way more into the background. But this is really a celebration of Disney and its history through the Easter eggs, yes, but as I said in the intro, through its entire premise, this idea of wishing and holding on to your wishes and how wishes make people complete and fill our hearts. When You Wish Upon a Star is literally the theme song for pretty much all of Disney. And as I said, this film really just kind of brings that to life in film form. In addition to all the other tropes and familiarities we know from the brand in their animated films. I also found the climax to be really touching. It was a really beautiful moment that takes place in the third act of this film that speaks to more than just wishing and the power we all carry when it comes to things like wishes. I thought was really beautifully done. The animation itself is stunning. It's really unlike anything else out there. This really cool blend of CG 2D looking animation on screen. I thought it looked great. Now, the music is where I'm going to kind of put in the middle ground because I'm kind of mixed when it comes to the music here. Some of the songs are nice, particularly the Wish song was easily my favorite song of the film. And then there's this more dark toned song that our heroes actually sing as they prepare to like take on the bad guy that I really enjoyed. But there's also a lot of forgettable songs here. And this musical does something that a lot of modern day musicals are doing. And I think it vastly has to do with Lin-Manuel Miranda, but they're stuffing so many words into there. It's like, it's too much. It's like too much. You start to lose the flow and rhythm of the song. A big thing for musicals, particularly animated musicals, the ones here on my shirt that the Mouse House is known for, is they're singable. They're hooks that get in your head. You can't stop singing them. The kids watching keep them on replay. The parents go on with them for years to come. And a lot of the songs here, maybe the chorus gets to that point, but wow, any sort of verses that take place are so wordy with these weird type of attempts at rhymes that I don't know how much longevity any of the music here is really going to have, unfortunately. So I guess let's go ahead and let that segue us into the full-on negatives when it comes to Wish. Well, my biggest negative is that it doesn't really break new mold. While it pays so much homage to Disney and its history, it also pretty much just sticks to standard formula, standard plot. Everything is as you would expect. Not a huge negative for me because, well, that's what I expected going in, but it has to be said. And what really didn't work for me actually was probably the first act. This movie takes a while to really settle in, and it's short. It's only like an hour and a half. And yet, that first act really kind of takes some getting into before we get to the good stuff, if you will. And I think what could have helped out, particularly as we work through that first act, is getting to know all of our characters more because that seemed to be sorely lacking. So that when we get to the third act, it's beautiful to watch and the message is beautiful, but on a character to character basis, there's not that much connection. Asha obviously is the one we connect to the most because she's the one with the most screen time. But even she doesn't have a lot of character per se. She doesn't have a lot to her character. And then everybody else, I mean, they're there just kind of like as their role. No, nothing further. Not actual people of this world or actual characters. They're just there for like comic relief or whatever it is their purpose needs to be filled. So I wish we had gotten to know all of our characters just a little bit more. They had plenty of time to spare to at least flesh these folks out more. And then I think if we had done a lot of that, particularly in that first act, it would have done a lot to really engage the audience from the onset. But overall, I enjoyed Wish. I thought this was a magical, fun little adventure. It's nothing new to break the wheel. It's not this innovative think piece. It's not as deep as some of Disney's more recent output. And I'm okay with that. I think it served the purpose it needed to serve. It's a lovely little film about the power of dreams and wishing, a beautiful homage to the delightful history of Disney. with some stunning animation that sets the groundwork for what might be to come from the studio themselves. So while it certainly is not going to be among the best of Disney for me personally, I still had a nice time with Wish. So that was my review for Wish. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Wish? Have you gotten the chance to see it already? Let me know all of your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.